In this video, I disclose 5 irrational fears keeping you from retirement. Coming up next on Holy Schmidt.
Holy Schmidt!
In retirement, there are some things that we worry about that are completely legitimate. Finances being one of them, of course. But even finances less so than you would think. I'll discuss why at the end. There are also many things that people worry about that frankly they just shouldn't, because they don't exist, or if they do, the risk of them happening can be easily mitigated. This video will discuss 5 fake fears keeping you from retirement. All right, let's get into it. But before we do, let me just mention that we work very hard here on Holy Schmidt to bring you useful financial information that works pretty much every time. So make sure you click subscribe and turn on notifications so that you get alerted the next time I post a video. We post once or twice a week. Point number 1, you will lose who you are in this world if you retire. I have a good friend, one of my closest friends lives in Sydney, Australia. And if you look at his LinkedIn profile, it says that he is a father, husband, community leader, and also a banker in that order. It stands out that he puts his actual trade last, yet if you know anything about this individual, you know this is exactly who he is. His employer loves it, by the way, because quality of life is very important at the firm in which he works. If someone were to ask you to describe yourself, many, maybe even most people in the United States would lead with what their career is. They would then follow by their family status and a few other hobbies or other attributes that they might find interesting to disclose to others. But if I asked you what's more important to you, your children or your job, 99% of the people out there, maybe even 100%, would say, my children, of course. Now, some of you are saying, no, not me. I was a strict parent. Now, being strict and not loving your children are two different things. In fact, there's a lot of research that says that putting boundaries in a family situation is of paramount importance. There's also research that says the opposite. So it's really hard to tell because children don't come with an operator's manual. The point is, who you are is so much more than what you do for work. And in fact, in retirement, you'll get to explore the other areas of your life that are equally important, maybe even more so. You just didn't have time until now to engage in those other areas, not fully anyway. You could truly be the patriarch or matriarch of your family and be the one to which those whom you love most look to you for support and guidance. And let's be honest, in this day and age where everything is just a click away, we live in a nanosecond society. The next generation or generations need you even if they don't know it yet. The next is the fear that you will be bored. In the words of G.K. Chesterton, there are no uninteresting things, just uninteresting people. This means that there's a whole universe of opportunity out there. You just have to be willing to go out and navigate it. Once you are committed to your new world, you won't be bored, more than likely. In fact, you'll find that there's a world of opportunity in your new world, so to speak, just waiting for you to partake. The next fear is that it will ruin your marriage. One of the things that a job does, in addition to providing income for your family, is it provides a regulated use of your time. At least 1/3 of your day, maybe even 1/2 of your day, certainly 50% of your waking hours are consumed by your work. Because of this, the other areas of your life never get bored. But what happens when you have 50% more time during your day, maybe even more, and you're looking to fill that time with your spouse? Well, marriage is defined by so many things, the least of which is how little time we can spend with each other. If retirement means that you will no longer be able to live together, I recommend that you seek ways to improve your marriage rather than labeling retirement as the cause of the problem. This can be as simple as finding more to do together, more to do with friends outside of your marriage, or even seeking marriage counseling. Somewhere in there is the answer for you if you find that your marriage becomes shaky in retirement. And I use the word if, by the way, because most couples don't actually have worse marital problems when they do retire. The next retirement concern is that you will get old quickly. Now, there is some truth to this if you retire and you sit on the couch and watch television all day and sleep all night. In the November 2023 AARP Bulletin, there's an article called Superagers. It's a wonderful article. The article discusses the key characteristics of these superagers, and frankly, I can't add to the list, so I'm just going to summarize it here very quickly. One of the best age-defying activities is to spend time with friends daily. According to the Journal of Neurology, those who spend time with friends daily experience far less brain shrinkage than those that don't. Next, superagers avoid stress and prioritize mental health. A 3-year Danish study found that depression doubles the chance of dementia, and stress increases the probability of stress-related memory loss by 37%. In other words, superagers find ways to prioritize mental health and reduce stress in their lives. Next, superagers control their blood sugar and blood pressure, whether it's through medication or diet or both. Red meat is far worse than white meat or fish, of course. Vegetables are better than carbohydrates. All the common sense things that you would think about for your diet, regardless of aging, apply here. Those who age well also prioritize sleep. Now, I don't need to tell you this because you already know it, but if you've spent several sleepless nights, you come out of those days of sleepless nights in a fog. If you then get 1 or 2 good nights' sleep, your mind is far more clear. Common sense. When you get a full night's sleep, the world looks like a much better place. Therefore, put in place a plan to consistently get a full night's sleep, even if it means speaking to a sleep doctor to make sure that you are getting your 7 or 8 hours, whatever is recommended for you. Superagers regularly engage in activities that challenge their mind, like crossword puzzles, reading the newspaper, and other activities outside of just surfing the net. They look at and complete the New York Times crossword puzzle. They play board games that are challenging, like Clue. I played that last night myself, frankly. And they do a lot to make sure that their mind stays challenged on a day-to-day basis. This makes sense because if you think of your brain as a muscle, the more you work it out, the stronger it will be. Next, they push themselves when they exercise. This improves speed, agility, balance, all of the things that are really required as you get older. They become far more important. You don't want to fall, and agility, speed, and balance are key to not falling. Also, the comment that walking a mile is good, but walking a mile briskly is better applies here. Next, they protect their vision and hearing. A study at the University of Washington said that those who wear hearing aids when necessary have a 48% slower memory loss rate than those that don't. Another study said that those who have cataract surgery have a 29% less chance of dementia than those that don't have the surgery. In other words, keep your windows to the world clean. The next fear is that you don't have enough saved for retirement. Now, if you were to ask the average person out there if they have enough saved for retirement, they'd either say no or they would say that they don't know. Why? Because the question is a question about feelings, not about facts. In fact, you may have more than enough saved for retirement, maybe you don't, but the only way to know for sure is to spend time analyzing what your retirement spending is going to look like. A lot of people use a trained professional like a financial planner. Others do it themselves, but they do put in the work to understand what their forward spending is going to look like when that day comes. In my last video, I gave viewers access to a free Excel spreadsheet that is used to calculate a retirement budget, along with how to use it. If you don't have that spreadsheet, I'll put a link at the end of this video to that video so you can get access to that Excel spreadsheet. The spreadsheet itself may not get you closer to where you need to be if you're not where you need to be, but it certainly will give you a better idea of where you are today and where you're going to be in the future. And of course, the main question when it comes to retirement is, what type of retirement do you actually want? A high consumption retirement where you travel, gift a lot, and live in the best communities is a lot different than one where you live locally and enjoy the things that are right in front of you. If you want to know where you sit compared to others in terms of your personal wealth, check out this video I filmed called "When is a Retiree Considered Wealthy?" Also, as promised, if you want to create your own retirement budget, check out this video on how to create a retirement budget, including the link to the free Excel download. This is Jeff Schmidt. Thanks for watching.